Hello YouTube, back once again with my film reviews, and another movie I saw recently was the new comedy Trainwreck, written by Amy Schumer and directed by Judd Apatow, which is interesting because Judd Apatow only usually seems to direct movies he wrote, but I don't mind that. Now first I heard some people complained about this movie because of the plot, just because the plot is pretty basic. It's just about like a 30-something-year-old woman living in New York who doesn't want to get hitched with anyone because her dad told her not to when she was her and her sister not to do when they were kids, and until she meets this guy played by Bill Hader in this movie, and she starts falling in love with him and actually can't imagine like being with one person for the rest of her life. And I heard some people complain like, isn't that like the most cliche like rom-com plot? Everyone's like, yeah, it is, but here's the thing. I don't go to comedies for like intriguing plots. I just say if a comedy makes me laugh, I don't care if the plot is like nothing original. So because of that, and so the question for this movie then is did this movie make me laugh? And yeah, the answer is yes. This movie is a very, very funny movie. It is freaking hilarious, just gut busting at times. Just that's also my favorite type of comedy. It's the type of comedy when it's just people having conversations, and like their conversations would not be funny if you were the one having this conversation. You'd probably be either more horrified or really uncomfortable. But for the fact that you're an outsider looking in on this is what makes it funny. I love that type of humor, like the Office humor, how like if you knew Michael Scott like in real life, you'd probably be like horrified or really offended by him, but for the fact you're an outsider looking in on this, you find it really funny. So yeah, this movie's really fun. It's my favorite type of comedy. So well, besides that though, what are the good movies? Well, one, Amy Schumer, wonderful up and coming, or is she established? Are people saying she's finally like completely established at this point? I don't know, up and coming established. She is a very funny woman. What I've seen of the Inside Amy Schumer, I find really funny. And she's just as funny in this movie. If you like her humor, you'll love this movie. She's incredibly funny. She just has great timing. She has great delivery on her lines. She has great physical work, like everything from like her facial reactions, like to literally doing like physical stunts. She's just always so funny. Great comedic lead. You really like her. You're always laughing. You're not always laughing. You're not always laughing with her, but at her. But when you're laughing at her, that she wants you to laugh at her. And Amy Schumer's just a wonderful lead in this movie. Freaking hilarious. And just because Bill Hader's on the poster, don't think that Bill Hader plays like an equal part in this movie. No, he is much more a supporting role. This is Amy Schumer's movie more than anything else, and she just nails it as a comedy lead. I loved her in this movie. But like I said, Bill Hader, though, even though he's not as big as a part as Amy Schumer, Bill Hader's still great. He's just as likable and funny as he ever is. I've loved him since his SNL days. I still love him now. He's just a great, really likable guy, and really funny guy. Like always great with delivery, always great with timing, just always a really funny guy. That he also shared really great chemistry with Amy Schumer. Like the two of them always seemed like they were having a lot of fun with each other, just with what they were doing. Like they were always having a really fun time acting with each other. So Bill Hader was also a really likable part of this movie. That, and there was some really great supporting work from Brie Larson, Vanessa Bayer, sorry, I wrote these down, LeBron James playing himself as LeBron James, and Tilda Swinton. LeBron James and Tilda Swinton in particular are just hilarious. They just had me in tears of laughter, especially Tilda Swinton, now that I think of it, even more than LeBron James. Like, had me just in tears of laughter. She was just so funny. Both of them are incredibly funny. The entire supporting cast is really funny, but those two in particular, and from those two in particular, especially Tilda Swinton, are just hilarious. I loved watching them. They had me cracking out constantly. There's also a very funny cameo by Daniel Radcliffe in this movie. I think I was the only one of my audience who actually liked the joke, but it still made me laugh. His appearance in the movie, maybe it was only me, but I thought it was a pretty funny appearance from him. That and a lot. Like most Judd Apatow works, even though this is a very kind of like raunchy, like very dirty and like sometimes offensive comedy, this movie still had some really good heartfelt moments, like most of Judd Apatow's work in this film. And I always liked the fact that like they acknowledge like you can't just keep being like offensive and horrible all the time and like raunchy. Just gotta have some slow moments. And I will say this: movie did have some good heartfelt moments, and that I really like. So all I can say. So cast, comedy, all great. Now, what was the bad of this movie? This was not a perfect movie. That one, not every joke hit. That and some of the jokes went on too long. Like, there were some jokes I was like, wow, this would be, like, really funny if they stopped now, but they just keep going with it. You're just kind of getting bored now. So, comedy wasn't always a hit. That there were definitely some dry patches in this movie, like when you're just like waiting like 10 minutes for like the next great joke, you're just kind of smirking like, I get it, but then like you're just kind of just waiting like, okay, when's the next like really funny joke coming? Like, so that was an issue. There was no another issue with this movie was there was no amazing joke to this film, like John Apatow, like I stand by, he's made like 3 of the best current comedies like ever with the 4-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, and Super Bad. Like there's no like amazing like unbelievably quotable joke like in something like Super Bad, like the like McLovin in that, just like there's nothing like just like unbelievably funny like with McLovin, like nothing like that. But like there's one joke that almost hits that point when she's at a baby shower that like, and she starts talking with the other mothers that really made me laugh. So, but didn't quite hit. I think like it could have been a little bit more funny, and this movie. A lot of Judd Apatow projects are plagued by this. This movie could have been like 20 minutes shorter. Like there feels like there's just 20 minutes that just go on too much in this movie. Like I was kind of just like looking. I always want to start looking at my watch and just be like, okay, when does this movie end? Like I feel like that's enough. And but yeah, those are really my only complaints. Just not every joke hit. And there was no unbelievable like fantastic A+ joke I found in this movie. That and the movie could have been shorter. But just for a side note, don't think just because this is a rom-com, don't think this is mainly geared towards women. It's not. It's geared for everyone. Anyone can go to this movie and just laugh their ass off during it, because it is just such a funny movie made for all sexes, and like I think like most people from like teenage to like more adult years will find something that really that they found like particularly funny. Sorry, I'm tired. Particularly. I'm not gonna try this again. Okay, but what can I say? It's just a really funny movie. I am giving Trainwreck a very solid 4 out of 5. I thought it was great. I loved it. It was a bit shorter, and if they cut it down, I probably would have given it a 9. And if they could get that one A+ joke in the movie, I probably would have given it, said this was a perfect comedy in my eyes. But those issues kind of held it back for me. But besides that, if you want to see a good comedy, go see Trainwreck right now. It's freaking hilarious. Definitely my favorite comedy I've seen the year so far. And yes, I have seen Spy. I prefer this to Spy, though. But anyway, YouTube, as always, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.